Hi, folks. Welcome to We Be Fishing, the viewable podcast right here on YouTube. And we are a spin-off version of the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel. We're happy to have you with us. I'm your host, Brad Reynolds. And today we're going to talk about high visibility fishing line. That's right. But before we get into that, if you would, please take a moment to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you don't miss an episode. All right. High-Vis line has been out for some time now, and it's for every type of fishing out there. We're going to primarily talk about it for bass fishing to catfishing, okay? And of course, there's everything in between that, but we're going to talk about that. The high visibility fishing line comes, whether it's mono or even braid now, comes in very high visible colors. And we're, today we're bringing up a question on this. Now, we know high visibility line comes in and it's a godsend in many ways. If you are slightly visually impaired, you're getting older or what have you, and you're feeding your line through the eyelets of your rod, this high visibility line is a godsend, right? It is just wonderful. Same thing if you're trying to put the line through the eye of the hook. It helps you see that line much better and allows your chance of success for hitting that hole to improve greatly. But along with that, this line, when we cast it out there, we can see this line and know if it's that we place things exactly where we want it to be or not. But it also gives us the opportunity, if a fish, let's say you're catfishing, and a fish picks that line up and that line starts moving off, well, we can easily and readily see that line being moved, so without issue. So that is all positive for us and helps us on a daily basis when we're out there on the water trying to catch fish. Now, today's question is, as I had a few days ago posted a video on fish and the colors that fish can see. Yep, that's right. Fish can see colors. And many of you bass fishermen already know that. But for many, many years way back, people thought fish were colorblind. Well, that's not true. They do and can see colors depending on the type of cones cells they have in their eyes. And some fish see obviously better than others and so on. But, like for bass, for instance, bass see the color green really, really well, and they see red really well. And for some people, that's not going to surprise anybody. But catfish, now some of their primary colors, oddly enough, and you would think catfish see well. Yes, catfish can see pretty daggone well, and they have a larger scope of vision than many other fish that you could think of. But the catfish number one target that they respond to is the color of blue. That's right, blue. And then chartreuse is another color, and black falls under that list of something they can see. Now, most all fish can see black, and it falls in it, at various shades. But catfish can also see the color pink, and they respond to that. Now, all this is just wonderful news, but catfish a lot of times, while they will fish the flats and be up in the middle of the water column a lot of time where sunlight can definitely penetrate through. Catfish can be very visual hunters. It's not just by smell. Now the barbels on the catfish, okay, those are those whiskers. They're for feeling around, generally when they're, in deeper water. And those are also basically an organ. They're flesh. Those are not just hair type whiskers like on a cat. And they not only feel for things, but they can smell things and get taste through the whiskers. That's right. That organ allows them to taste what they're coming up against. Now, again, that is not always their source of finding their fish. They can see well. Catfish have a layer on their eyes that allows them to see at great depths also. So fish that normally don't go that low, if they go down a little further, they may not see as well as the catfish. But the catfish can still see pretty good at great depths. Now, let's say these suckers that are 50, 60 feet, now their vision is cut down, especially if it's an overcast day. There's no sunlight hardly penetrating through. Now they are searching for food by vibration, sound, sound waves, and now they're going by scent and taste to find their food. However, that leaves the other part of the time where they're going visually, just like many other fish. And that's where the question comes in on the braided line. Now, don't get me wrong. Braided line has been out there for a while now. Many people using it, and many people are still catching fish. Now, sometimes the fish they catch, it's done on a targeted or a triggered type strike. When they're there and that bait comes through real quick, whether you're dragging a bait, whether you've just cast it in, whatever, whether you're bass fishing or even catfishing. And especially if you're catfishing and you're doing the bumping technique where you're bringing that bait up and down just like that as the boat moves. When you come across the fish, you may be dropping it right in front of their face, causing a targeted, quick strike. All right. Now, those are all possible whether you're using a high-vis line or not. All right. But let's say you're anchored up or you're fishing from the bank and you're catfishing and you just throw the line out there and you're in 15 foot of water. Now, catfish are going to be seeing that bait down there, but they're also going to be seeing possibly that high-vis line. Now, I mentioned some colors, chartreuse color and blue color are definitely lines that catfish can see well. So that makes me wonder, and possibly you as well, is that going to make our catfish skittish to bite? Well, that's possible. Now, let's be honest. Hunger with animals, even humans, will override any risk, and they may take the chance to eat something or to go after some type of food source, even under dangerous circumstances. But many times these fish could be seeing this line and possibly cause them to be a little hesitant or a little skittish about coming over there and taking that bait. So maybe, even though you are from time to time, you're catching your fish with the high-vis line, maybe you could catch more fish if you didn't. Or when selecting line color, we want to make sure it's something less visual to the species of fish that we're trying to catch, right? So for instance, if I'm trying to catch that catfish, possibly an orange might be better than the chartreuse color. And let's say the bass, same way. We don't want to have maybe that that green line, high-vis green line, or the red line out there being used when we're trying to catch our bass, because they're more readily able to see those colors. Guys, I'm just putting this out here today. High-vis line is wonderful. It's great for the fisherman's use and ability to see them, but could we catch more fish, excuse me, if we focus on the line color we're using for the species that we're actually fishing? Just my thought or questions to bring up to you today. If you have any thoughts on this subject, go ahead and put them in the comment section. We would love to see them. But it makes you think, maybe I need to change my line color for my next fishing trip. There you go. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you back here real soon. Tight lines, everybody. Have a great night.